All right.
All right, so Steve finished level 1 of Bioshock, so he's going to try and give his analysis on the game.
Yeah. So, um, so obviously, what I gathered from chapter one is that we're obviously in this rupture place or whatever. Uh, that's kind of hosted by Andrew Ryan, and Atlas is trying to help us kind of navigate around and stay alive and whatnot. Um, I don't think I need anything.
You can buy
Um,
health if you want, I guess, just so you don't die.
Andrew Ryan is worried that I'm here to basically take down this Rapture world. But Rapture appears to be a place like basically with no government. Maybe you don't have to pay taxes. That's kind of what I gathered. So I'm kind of all for this Rapture place. It's underwater. It looks pretty sweet. I would guess that there's. So Alice briefly mentioned that I think, uh, like, rescue his wife and kids or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe he wants me to do that. So I am guessing at some point he's going to take me to, or lead me to his wife and kids to save them, whatever that may be. So I'll probably get help with some other people in this world as well. I think they probably don't like. Is it upstairs or?
Yeah, upstairs.
Okay.
Go upstairs. There's
Um,
another. Yeah, there's another enemy.
Um,
Okay, so you're gonna help Atlas. Atlas is gonna ask you to help him save his wife and kids, and you're gonna get help from other people in this world. Do you think that are against Andrew Ryan?
yes.
Okay.
Whoa. Yeah. And so I think ultimately the people do not like living in this. I'm thinking probably some sort of dictatorship by Andrew Ryan, and the people don't like that, as one may
You might want to heal. Go.
as one may think. So pressing the wrong buttons.
Yeah, it's okay.
Uh,
Hopefully you got that bot to help you.
so probably there will be some kind of overtaking of Andrew Ryan, where the people help essentially to dethrone him and maybe move back to a normal society. Probably someone's gonna die or be sacrificed along the way. Maybe Atlas.
Okay.
Um,
What do you think is going on with the little sisters and the big daddies?
well, they're almost like zombies, the little sisters, or that's what it looks like. So there's probably something that takes over them, right? Do these start out as like normal little girls, and then they turn into?
I believe Atlas
They get-
mentioned something about that someone turned sweet little girls into monsters.
Yeah. So that's probably something Andrew Ryan, is a not even behind the scenes, but like a main guy of doing that. I'm sure he's got some technology guy or whatever behind him, creating those big daddies.
Okay.
And they're supposed to be almost like the police of Rapture, to keep everyone in line, and anyone who kind of is against the Rapture way of things has to answer to them, basically.
Okay.
Andrew's thugs, so to speak.
heal. You can zap that thing to disable it briefly.
Oh.
There you go. Nice shoot.
Alright, why is this stuff sometimes...
Okay, so, alright.
Anything else I should be...
So, what's the confrontation gonna be? Like the final confrontation, where it's gonna happen with who and where? Might want to grab that one that it's headed to, just to see what it is.
What do you mean?
Might want to change that.
Change what?
Change that one. It's going there. Change it. Good. Keep going. So what do you think the final confrontation is gonna be?
It'll be this guy and this guy that we are, Jack, I think, and Andrew Ryan.
Okay, and then what's gonna happen after that?
Andrew Ryan will die, and then and maybe Atlas will come in the scene and be it. I don't know. I already said Atlas is going to be a sacrifice.
Okay. Well, you did mention that there'll be other allies. You need to change.
Yeah.
There you go. Hurry up! Oh, that's okay. Just blow it up or back off or something, or you can try it again. Oh, you're almost dead.
Might as well hack it then.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think. Yeah, I think the people who want to be saved will be saved and go up to like a normal society, like above ground, what normal people would live in.
Okay. So Atlas was going to send Jack to save his family. What do you think? Anything going to happen with that?
He'll get to him, but the daughter is a little sister, and the wife is like either a hostage or something, like under Andrew Ryan's control, and the only way to
free
her is to kill Andrew Ryan.
Okay.
Yes? Clean it up! Clean it up!
Anything else you want to try? Anything else you want to say? Or do you think you got it?
No, I think I mean, I said what my...
You said your piece?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so I'll give you a little backstory. So yes, Andrew Ryan did create Rapture. A woman named Bridget Tenenbaum, she's a doctor. She found these sea slugs that eventually led to the discovery of Adam, which gives people all these powers. They eventually wanted to produce more of it, so they stuck them into little girls because they figured that ended up being the best way to do it. This was funded by a guy named Frank Fontaine. This led to the creation of other stuff, other advancements. Eventually, Andrew Ryan wanted to put a stop to this. Him and Fontaine had a confrontation. Ryan came out on top. And then Ryan took over all of Fontaine's operations. And he did pretty much turn it into a dictatorship. He had a tight grip on people. But Adam is the thing. That's the stuff that has the special abilities. That eventually led to like addiction. So he created a way to control people using pheromones. Eventually, Atlas rose up as like a freedom fighter to go against Ryan, but Ryan still ended up coming out on top. And the big daddies, were just created to protect the little sisters, and the little sisters go around trying to get Adam from dead bodies. And the big daddies are just there to protect them. So they're not really the police, because Andrew Ryan can kind of control people using the pheromones. But the way it is now, the way society is that the splicers kind of roam the streets and control most of the territories. Any sane person is kind of in hiding right now, like Andrew Ryan's kind of in hiding. And the big daddies and the splicers just kind of go around doing whatever. So what happens from here on out, so Jack needs a key, which he gets from a crazed doctor. So he kills him to get the key, which leads him to another area where he needs to convince one of Frank Fontaine's former smugglers to help him pass through. He eventually does, but then they get into a fight, and Jack kills the other guy. Then he makes it to the docks, where the submarine that Alice was talking about that his family was going to escape on, that blows up. So then,
Of course.
Atlas swears revenge onto Andrew Ryan, is going to kill him. The next area is where like all the plants and the way that Rapture gets its oxygen are. It's getting flooded with poison gas from Andrew Ryan. So then Jack works with a doctor to come up with a way to reverse it, but the doctor is killed by Andrew Ryan using the poison, but Jack succeeds, and he moves forward. Then he meets Sander Cohen, who is like the artist of, like a famous artist of Rapture, who has gone crazy as well. He comes up with a crazy way for Jack to proceed by he has to kill some of his ex-disciples and put them in like an art gallery kind of scenario. Jack can either kill Sander Cohen then or let him live. That's up to the player. He also can, if he lets him live, he can confront him later where he can kill him again or let him live. Then he heads on to Andrew Ryan. And so right before that, there's like a room, like a conspiracy theory kind of room. I think if you go downstairs or go to like the Eternal Flame room or something, look for something, go to that room up, yeah, that one with the fire. Head that way. Just so you're not running in circles. And then go to the left. So Jack learns that there was a plot to assassinate Andrew Ryan. Oh wait, no. Yeah, no, this is right. He eventually makes it to this like conspiracy theory room where Jack learns that he is the illegitimate son of Andrew Ryan.
Who is?
Jack is the illegitimate son of Andrew Ryan. But his mother sold him to Frank Fontaine. And Frank Fontaine, Bridget Tenenbaum, and Dr. Suchong, I think is that his name? Suchong? Turned Jack into like a mentally conditioned guy to where he would always listen to orders that start with "Would you kindly," and Atlas had been using that throughout the whole thing to get him to do what he wants. And so he has a confrontation with Andrew Ryan, where Andrew Ryan confirms all of these things and tells him that he is the one that crashed the plane. And then he proves that the "Would you kindly" thing works by making Jack do whatever he wants. And then he tells Jack to kill him. And he says
kill Andrew Ryan?
Yeah, Andrew Ryan tells Jack to kill him by using the "Would you kindly." Go upstairs. I think there's more stuff upstairs. I think you got to get into like this other room.
So he wants him to kill him.
Because he says that a man chooses and a slave obeys. So he's like trying to challenge him to see what he is. Jack beats Andrew Ryan to death with a golf club. And then, a self-destruct sequence had started earlier. Go into that room that's by the purple. Crouch under there. Go to your... Yeah. So after Jack kills Andrew Ryan, he stops the self-destruct. Then Atlas reveals that he's actually Frank Fontaine. And so he tries to kill Jack. While this is going on, Bridget Tenenbaum has been like saving the little sisters. She actually had a change of heart. She's actually your ally. So she figured out a way to reverse the "Would you kindly" thing onto Jack. And then he also needs to find a couple other things to completely make him back to a normal person. Then Jack needs to dress up like a big daddy in order to make it to where Frank Fontaine has been hiding out. Frank Fontaine has been pumping himself full of Adam, so he's now like supercharged. So then there's a final fight between Jack and Fontaine. Jack beats Fontaine, but then he gets knocked down, and then the little sisters come in, the little sisters that Jack's been saving, and then the little sisters kill Fontaine, and then that's the ending. And and there are 3 endings. So whenever you kill... So at the end of this chapter, you see this thing where you can choose to either harvest the little sister to get as much Adam as possible, or you can remove the slug that's been implanted in them, and you can save the little sister. Atlas tells you to kill them, Tenenbaum tells you to save them. If you kill all of them, then you get the bad ending where... Shoot that against the ice. The fire. The one on the floor. If you kill all of them, then you get the bad ending where Bridget Tenenbaum is pissed at you, and you take over Rapture, you kill all the little sisters, you just pretty much give in to the Atom, and you lead an army of splicers onto the surface to take it over. If you kill some and save some, it's basically the same ending, except that instead of Bridget Tenenbaum being mad at you, she's sad at you. So they're basically the same ending. If you save all of them, then after you kill Fontaine, you take the 5 little sisters that rescued you, and you take them to the surface, and you adopt them as your daughters, and they go on to live normal lives. And then you just leave Rapture behind you.
Okay.
So, from what I get, you got the thing right about the people who want to leave will leave, and they'll go back to the surface. So I'll give you that. You got the thing right where Jack would kill the villain. You just got the main antagonist wrong. The Big Daddies are not the police. But that wasn't really important. And you didn't make the connection between Andrew Ryan and Jack, but that's kind of a surprise, so I wouldn't hold that against you. So...
Tough decision here.
I know. Considering how little of the story that we actually experienced, and you did get... I mean, it's obvious that... Okay, so let me... Alright, so obviously, yes, Jack would kill the final villain, which you got right, but you got the final villain wrong, so that's 1 point against you. But you got the thing about the people who'd want to leave would leave, and assuming that you did the good ending, so those will balance out. You thought that the Big Daddies were like Andrew Ryan's thugs, which they kind of are, but not really. It's really a toss-up for me to see it.
Is there a way I can change?
Yeah, hold left bumper, or if you just keep cycling left bumper. Oh, you traded out your electrical, so you got to go back to one of those gene swap places. Just throw some bandages at him. So that's telekinesis. That's another ability. I don't. So I'm gonna give it to Steve.
Success!
All right. I'll take it.
It wasn't. I mean, this story has a lot going on, and you missed a lot. But the thing is to guess the ending, which you did say the ending that Jack would kill. You said Andrew Ryan, but it was actually Fontaine. And then you said the people who would leave, or the people who wanted to leave would leave. And assuming that we're going with the good ending, that was right. I'm going to give it to you. It's close. It's It's very close to 50-50. It was like 49-51. But I'm going to give you this one.
I'll take it. All right, so we're each 1 for 1.
Yeah. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this episode of Guess the Ending. Stay tuned for the next one where I'll be playing a game that I've never played, and I'll have to guess the ending. And Steve will be the judge. Eventually, Steve's not going to be playing Bioshock, but someone may come back with me to play Bioshock at some point, because it's a good series. And I've only actually played the first one. I haven't played the other two, and
There's 3 of these?
yeah, there's Bioshock 2 and then Bioshock Infinite. And I have them all in this in this collection. Oh, that's fucked. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and check out some more of our videos, and stay tuned for the next Guess the Ending.
Yeah.